Just water these trees quick, and then I'll show you what we all have planted so far. Okay, I'll let that run for a little while, and I'll show you what we got planted here. So here we have 3 bush cherries. So this is the Nanking bush cherry. It's kind of a sweet eating cherry, somewhat tart, but kind of a sweet cherry. And we have 3 of those. And these kind of start our whole line here, which if you can see, our cherry tree there, and then 3 trees beyond that. So this is a whole line. That just helps with the ease of being able to mow around some of this stuff. But it also makes for some future chicken tractor alleys where I can bring some of this stuff down. Here you can see these are lilac bushes here. And then right in front of the lilacs, this is where we're going to be putting our raspberries. It's got good sun, should be a good spot for them, and I can mow around kind of this whole area here. And so that's where the raspberries are going to go. And then continuing on here, our line of trees, we have our established cherry here. This is a Tart Pie Cherry, nice bright red cherry, really good. And then here, in this line is our peach. So this is the Contender peach tree. We're going to try it out, see how it does. We have this on the south side of our orchard, so it's going to get all that wonderful south-facing sun on the southward slope, warmer winds from our south. So hopefully that one should be happy there. And here, the next one at the end of the row for our orchard is the black ice plum. So this one, as you can see, is starting to sprout already, so this one I think is going to do good. Roots were pretty good on this one, and the other plum. So here's the other plum we have here. This is called the Juanita Plum, another good eating plum. This one's a dwarf tree, but it's the largest of the trees, which is kind of funny. I thought you'd think the dwarf tree would be smaller, but that's not necessarily what that means. So here's the Juanita Plum. So it's got the 2 plums down here on the end of our orchard. Then over here, we have a nice tall stick of a tree. This is our Collapse favorite pear tree. This is going to be our canning pear. I'm really looking forward to canning those pears. They're supposed to be really delicious, super sweet and juicy, but they don't have good shelf life. So their main purpose is for canning. And then over here, we have our sea berries. Now our sea berries are sort of in between all of these different trees. And just so you know, it requires a male and a female sea berry in order to produce fruit. And you can eat the berries on these. They're actually pretty good. So we're going to try that out, or at least so I hear. They're pretty good. They do have some thorns on them though, which will be kind of neat. And these ones had sort of the least impressive root systems on them, but I think they'll be okay. They're supposed to be, you know, a really hardy tree. They fix nitrogen in the soil, so that's why you plant them amidst your main fruiting trees. So these will kind of help feed this whole orchard area with nitrogen by fixing it in the soil. Here's the male sea berry tree, and then this is sort of our second row of trees here, as you can see. And then here's our established tree we planted last year, which is the Wolf River apple. This is a Wisconsin apple tree. Looking forward to that one. And then here is another female sea berry tree. So that one's all planted as well. So these nitrogen fixers, this will be helping that cherry tree there, the apple tree there, the apple tree there, and the apple tree there. So speaking of apple trees, here's our Zest Star apple, probably our favorite eating apple. Super good apple. They do really well in Minnesota as well. This, I believe, is our Harrelson apple. Another really good Minnesota classic apple. Does really well. Kind of hard to go wrong with a Harrelson. And then last but not least, our dwarf pear tree. This is the Oobleen Pear. So that one's the smallest tree of everything we got, except for maybe the male seaberry plant. But small doesn't bother me so much as long as the roots look good. And for the most part, all the roots look good. So thank you, Jung, for the great plants. We'll keep you guys updated and let you know if they all keep growing. But for the most part, they looked pretty good. We're pretty happy with them, and we're getting them in the ground right away. So hopefully we'll have fruit in a couple of years, maybe 2-3 years. Some of these trees are semi-dwarf, some are dwarf, and some are full-size trees. So the full-size trees take 5+ years to get apples and fruit. Some of these other ones take 2 to 3. So it just depends upon what size of tree